once again, as always, our shining star for today is Toyota. We interviewed a man named Johnny. His nickname is Rebel Phillips. It's easy to see why, when you meet him, his nickname would be Rebel. He's been in the business for about 18 years, sales business. He's 7 years of that was in Kansas City, and then he worked the last 11 years with the McCarthy Auto Group. He sold around 1,400 cars in his lifetime, which is a lot, and has given him considerable experience in knowing how to connect with any customer he sells a car to. I'm going to move it on to our next speaker to explain Chapter 11.
Chapter 11 focuses on the basic principles of marketing and examining the nature of marketing, how strategies are developed in order to properly satisfy the needs of customers. It's then determined by studying their buying behavior, and information is gathered by marketers who research and determine what is it that consumers want to buy and what they're interested in. It also discusses how the environment can have an impact on the marketing strategies they use and how they are carried out at a certain point in time. The first question we asked in the interview was, what approach do you use when coming up with a marketing strategy? He basically said incentives was his #1 way, such as like what needs to sell at that certain point in time, but also giving discounts and putting discounts on older cars that aren't so much in the market at that point in time. Also, they have a forecast of a monthly goal from last year. So they have their individual goals and then the individual salesperson goals, and then they tally them up together to make their overall monthly goals. But they also try and increase it every month, so they can reach a higher goal basically. The second question that we asked was, how do you conduct market research? They, just like I said, they look at the past and they try to exceed and excel the past goals from the same day last year and the same month last year. And the final question we asked was, how does the company handle different buying behavior in customers? They do this mostly by adapting and getting to know their customers, such as altering like their personality and like their sense of humor, so they can adapt and so they can feel more comfortable around the customers, and the customers can feel more comfortable about buying and making purchases. And that is what we asked for Chapter 11.
We had noticeably we're missing somebody out of our group, and she got called up on a mission, so she's not going to be able to speak today on her appropriate chapter. So Susie asked Johnny about how they handle all the new promotions and incentives that come through, and how they make sure that all of their salespeople know what points to make about each new individual product and everything. And he said that they really have great training classes through Toyota, and each member that's going to be on their sales floor is, given the opportunity to go to these classes and gain all the knowledge that they can about specific products. And she also found out that the actual placement of the cars is extremely important on their lot as far as marketing goes. And in light of our recent snowstorm that we had come through, they actually reverted their entire lot and put all of their new trucks and SUVs, anything basically with 4-wheel drive, on their front row, which is an obvious, selling point to people right now, because everybody needs 4-wheel drive when it snows really bad here. And another way that they do marketing within a local realm, they do of course have Toyota marketing on television, and in the city they have a little bit more of a McCarthy Auto Group marketing scheme. And here in town they actually do flyers, mailers in the mail to local residents, and they have an ad in the newsletter up at Whiteman Air Force Base, so that brings in some of our transplanted individuals that may not know about all the stuff we have here in Sedalia. And they also do radio ads here locally on Power 97 and a couple other radio stations in the area. That's pretty much what we got there. Digital media?
I went and talked to the same guy, the Rebel, and I was asking questions about what kind of social media, what kind of electronic devices do they use when they want to reach out to customers, when they also want to build awareness of what they are offering at the moment. Like she said, the season plays heavily into what they offer, and he told me sometimes on Facebook they'll post up a little thing, hey, we got a special deal maybe going on, something going on McCarthy Toyota of Sedalia, did I get that right? Yes, I totally did. And you can link them there, and the little tweets they'll post every now and then, you just stop messing with the reminder. They'll post up a little thing every now and then, let you know kind of what's going on. There's just some small deal, and like he said, like the Rebel guy said, he didn't want to make any customers feel like they were overbearing with their presence, and like they were really just every 5 seconds you got to read their new tweet about a new SUV that's on the lot. They want to just keep you aware of what's going on, keep you aware of, make you feel like there's somebody you can listen to when you got a car need. Like if you sign up for one of their care plans, then right as your care plan comes to an end, they'll send you an email or they'll send you a Facebook message or whatever happens to be your preferred method of communication that, hey, your plan's about to run out. If you'd like to come in and renew that, we could end up saving you a lot of money in the long term. If your car breaks down or something, that it's going to be a good thing for you if you have our care plan, if you get your oil change, anything like that. And that's sort of reflects their whole philosophy when it comes to electronic media, which is that they're embracing it, but they're not going overboard on it, which is something I can certainly admire in a company for not really being one of those companies that's got to post something on Facebook every 8.5 seconds. But I think that's all I have to say.
Here's a couple websites that they use. Lauren wants to know if you go to it, you can pull it up, and she has a couple different things like what she's about, like what this page is about, what she wants to get out of you guys. She has a Tell Me tab, and pretty much you can tell her how your experience was there with other dealerships, how they take this from what you got, like what other customers say, and then help better their salesmen and everything to make it your experience there a little better. You have a new and used Toyota website, and you can go in and you can look at pre-owned cars and a whole bunch of different other tabs and their specials, their finance, how it really works, like what they're going to do if you buy a new car at a certain price, and their collision center, you can find different things. So if you ever have any questions and you can't get a hold of them, you can just pull it up online and look, and then call them a different day or Monday if it's on the weekend or something.
So, in conclusion, what we saw was they know how to make a genuine connection with the customer, whether it be through social media, in the store, on the phone, anywhere. They are genuine about their business, and they want to conduct business with you, and they want to keep conducting business with you. So they don't want you to go anywhere else. Their marketing strategy is based on a variety of factors. Say gas went up. What are they going to put out in the front of the lot? Priuses. Those 53 miles to the gallon cars. Or if it's in the winter, like was stated in earlier, they'll put the 4-wheel drives at the front. Something that people want to buy, not that they have to buy. And all this is also achieved through digital media, and they use it pretty extensively. Facebook, Twitter. Lauren wants to know, McCarthy, Toyota, Sedalia. Sometimes it's overwhelming just to think of how much they do. And that's pretty much what we got from Toyota this time around. Thank you.